The end is near for the Senate career of Ralph Shorty. Oklahoma's largest utility owes its customers millions, and reality TV comes to OKC. OU Nightly starts now. The state Senate career of an Oklahoma politician charged with child prostitution is about to come to an end.
An attorney for Ralph Shorty says tomorrow the Oklahoma City lawmaker will resign from the state Senate.
Charges leveled against the Oklahoma City Republican include engaging in child prostitution within 1,000 feet of a school, and transporting a minor for prostitution. The FBI has confirmed they are investigating Shorty for possible involvement in sex trafficking.
Shorty was arrested last week and more at a Super 8 motel along I-35. Officers found him in a room with a 17-year-old male, along with evidence they say supports the serious charges against Shorty. The senator was booked into Cleveland County Jail and released on a $100,000 bond. Last week, the Senate stripped Shorty of his privileges, including his parking spot and office. However, the senator is still on the state payroll and is still allowed to cast votes. But according to Shorty's attorney, Ed Blau, all of the perks will come to an end tomorrow, Wednesday, at 5 o'clock.
And with State Senator Ralph Shorty expected to resign tomorrow, a candidate has already emerged to run for his Senate seat.
Yeah, attorney Michael Brooks Jimenez, a lifelong resident of Oklahoma City, plans to run for State Senate District 44. Brooks Jimenez earned a bachelor's degree from Oklahoma State University and a law degree from OU. He says he plans to focus his campaign on public education, safer streets, and jobs.
I think education has been neglected. I think sometimes it's been addressed, but it hasn't been addressed legislatively or fundraising wise in such a way that it's been improved.
Jimenez Brooks ran against Ralph Shorty in 2014, but after only receiving 42% of the vote, he was not able to win the seat.
When the 2017 legislature began, Senator Ralph Shorty introduced legislation to roll back criminal reforms, overwhelmingly approved by voters in November. Shorty said the voters didn't know what they were doing, but Shorty's Senate colleagues aren't buying it.
This afternoon, the Senate passed a package of legislation addressing many improvements in Oklahoma's criminal justice system and save taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars in the future. The bills were drafted by the governor's Justice Reform Task Force and addresses the heart of many of the reforms Oklahoma voters say they want, including help for inmates returning to society, assistance for victims of domestic violence, and diverting appropriate inmates from prisons to treatment programs.
Governor Mary Fallin says the landmark legislation will increase public safety while decreasing our overcapacity prisons. House members will have one last crack at the Senate package, but the governor is optimistic the bills will eventually reach her desk for signature.
And OU President David Boren is recovering today after heart surgery.
Holden Krusemark is live at Evans Hall to tell us more.
That's right, guys. On Monday, it was announced that OU President David Boren underwent successful heart bypass surgery and will remain resting in the hospital for about a week. Following his release from the hospital, Boren plans to spend a few days working out of his home until he's ready to resume activities out of his office here at Evans Hall. A similar procedure was followed when Boren underwent back surgery several years ago. In a statement, Boren said that a team at OU will conduct business while he recuperates and that he will continue to provide supervision and direction. The 75-year-old Boren has served as president of the university since 1994 and is well known for his recent handling of issues such as SAE, Joe Mixon, and trying to raise teacher wages within the state. Before becoming university president, Boren served as the 21st governor of the state and then as a state senator. From 2009 to 2013, he also served as chair of the President's Intelligence Advisory Board under the Obama administration. From here at Evans Hall, back to you guys at the desk.
All right, thanks, Holden. We'll keep an eye on it and hope he gets well soon. Well, Emily, it's been kind of warm lately. It's been unseasonably warm.
I know the past 2 days have been really hot, but Jordan, you said today was actually cooler than yesterday?
That's right. So we had 90s on Monday. Today we're sitting inside the 80s, and tomorrow we'll be inside the 60s. So we're trending down. Right now, though, live radar, we see a few showers popping up to the southeast of McAllister. I would be surprised if very many drops are making it to the ground, though, with those showers. It is still kind of very dry out there. Temperatures right now, though, still sitting inside the 80s, but notice to our north, in the 70s and the 60s. That area is moving in our direction, so we're talking about cooler for Wednesday. Also, we've got some severe weather chances ahead, and we have severe flooding in Peru. We have some incredible video to show you. That's all coming up in weather. But for now, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jordan. And if you're an Oklahoma gas and electric customer, they owe you some money. Customers who have been paying higher interim rates since last summer will begin to get money back in their future bills. The Corporation Commission ordered the refund, and customers should see their share every month until the end of December.
And the Oklahoma City Public Schools Superintendent Aurora Laura proposed a controversial plan last night to cut costs by closing 5 elementary schools with low enrollment numbers. These schools include Edgemere, Gatewood, FD Moon, Green Pastures, and Johnson. To accommodate for the closings, officials say the Northeast Academy for Health and Sciences would become a middle school and would serve close to 570 students in grades 5 through 8. The district is preparing to save $4 to $10 million from this proposal in anticipation of the $900 million shortfall for the 2018 fiscal year.
A $10.25 million verdict was announced yesterday in the Elliott Williams civil rights trial. A Tulsa federal jury found inaction by the Tulsa County Jail led to Elliott's death. He was found naked and paralyzed dead on the floor. He laid for 51 hours in his cell in the Tulsa Jail's medical unit October of 2011. An 8-person jury deliberated for 10 hours before finding that Williams' civil rights were violated by the Tulsa Sheriff's Office, specifically Sheriff Stanley Glanz.
And a federal appeals court has reversed the life prison sentences of an Oklahoma inmate convicted of several violent crimes when he was 16 years old. The 10th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals says the 132-year sentence without parole violated the Constitution and was cruel and unusual. Creighton Butter was convicted of first-degree rape and other charges in Delaware County. The appeals court is sending the case back to Oklahoma courts for resentencing.
Harlee Toothman joins us now in the News Center with the latest on the hearing for President Trump's Supreme Court nominee. Harlee?
Neil Gorsuch is on his second day of confirmation hearings, but this round, the Senate Judiciary Committee is quizzing him on his judicial philosophy.
A judge is there to make sure that every person, poor or rich, mighty or meek, gets equal protection of the law.
Gorsuch reassured senators that he would not be swayed by political pressure if he wins confirmation to the Supreme Court. Ivanka Trump gets an office in the West Wing of the White House. Since the inauguration, the president's daughter has quietly increased her position in the administration. The first daughter's new office comes with increased security clearance and government-issued communication device. President Trump took on Capitol Hill today, selling the House Republicans' leadership plan to overthrow the healthcare system. House Speaker Ryan.
The president just came here and knocked the ball out of the park. He knocked the cover off the ball in explaining to our members how it's important to unify, how it's important to work together, how we are advancing our principles and we are doing what we told the American people we would do. This is our chance and this is our moment. It's a big moment.
House Speaker Paul Ryan crafted the proposal, but is trying to avoid an uphill battle in the Senate. And Storme and Emily, British researchers at the University of Warwick say a good night's sleep helps improve your mood, similar to winning the jackpot lottery.
All right, thank you, Harlee. I sure know I enjoy a good night's sleep. It's rare, but I enjoy it when it happens.
I agree. Thank you, Harlee.
Still to come on OU Nightly, Apple announced a price cut for their newest iPads.
And plus, it's not the new Housewives of OKC, or is it? We'll tell you when we come back.
And we now turn to Allie Stratton, who has information about a new electronics ban on all U.S. inbound flights. Allie?
That's right, Storm. So some travelers flying into the U.S. won't be able to carry electronics bigger than an iPhone. The federal government announced today it will temporarily ban large electronic devices on nonstop flights from 10 airports in the Middle East and Africa. Several hours later, the UK said it will enforce similar restrictions for a slightly different group of countries. U.S. officials say the new policy isn't based on a specific threat, but general intelligence about terrorists' enduring desire to hit airlines coming from that region. Some of the airports covered in the restrictions are located in Cairo, Istanbul, Morocco, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia. And Google has vowed to better police its websites and keep advertisements away from controversial content. This announcement comes in response to the company displaying ads next to fabricated news stories and terrorist videos. Pressure from advertisers and UK government officials last week forced the company to make changes, and Google says it will overhaul its ad policies, give advertisers more control, and ramp up staff numbers. And Apple announced some new products today, including a lower-priced iPad and a red iPhone. The new iPad, which costs $329, amounts to a $70 price cut from the comparable 32-gigabyte model at $399. The announcement is the company's latest effort to compete with other tablet products. The company also announced the launch of a red iPhone 7 and iPhone 7 Plus, which commemorates a 10-year partnership with RED, an organization that helps fight AIDS. The price of this special edition iPhone starts at $749. They hit the market Friday. Are you guys planning on investing in any new Apple products soon?
Well, the red iPhone is a great cause, and it looks cool, but does it have a headphone jack?
Right. That's the new products, always adapting to the new technologies, right? With these new products.
Something that's missed on the new phone, I think.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, Allie.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And Sweet Home Oklahoma, a new reality television show, is set to shine the spotlight on Oklahoma, but it isn't known for how flattering the attention will be. Bravo bills the program as a reality show starring a trio of best friends in the Bible Belt amid cattle, tornadoes, and pump jacks. The series premiered last night and has received mixed reviews from Oklahomans.
And still to come on OU Nightly, OU football is back in action.
And Jordan is here with another look at today's weather.
We've got rain on the increase. I'll have a timeline after the break. Weather, I'm Jordan Overton with Look at Your Weather. So we're taking a look at some incredible video. This is from Peru. This is near the Lima area. And you can see they're rescuing some people there onto the helicopter. They've had some incredible intense flooding over the past few days. And this is just some incredible video. I mean, and there's some situations where you can't get to it by boat or you can't do it by anybody else. And you've got to do it by helicopter. So let's take a look at where this is. So let's take a look at our map right now. We go look, there's Norman. Well, let's go all the way to South America. And that video we were just watching is from the Lima area. And there it is right there. So even right now, they still have some showers to the north. So they're still dealing with some rain across the Lima area right now, unfortunately. But that's the case for them. Right now in Norman, taking a live look outside, we can see conditions are fantastic. We've got the clouds on the increase, but it's still very warm, sitting at 83 degrees with a few clouds in the sky. North wind at 9 miles an hour. Our dew point is sitting at 58 degrees. But that's all coming to a change as we had the cold front that moved through. And what that's going to do is bring us a chance for rain starting on Friday. So here's how this is going to play out. For tomorrow, it's going to be a cool day. When we get to Thursday, winds increase. So I've got those strong south winds on Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon, here comes the storms. They develop first inside the panhandles, the Oklahoma and Texas panhandles. Then we get into Friday, and they move across our region. And so we got Friday at 4:47. So this is right around 5 o'clock. We've got rain all across eastern Oklahoma and even in Kansas. So we do have rain. We're looking at a good chance for rain. And unfortunately, we do have some severe weather chances with this. I don't think there'll be any tornado chances because this is more of a line instead of individual cells. But I do think that we will see maybe some severe hail and potentially some strong winds for this system as it moves through on Friday. Okay, so for temperatures tonight, we're going to be cool. We're going to be sitting inside the 50s, so 52 for Norman, Norman's 42. So for our lows, things are going to be kind of cool. But for tomorrow, we're going to warm up into the 60s, which is a welcome change considering we were sitting in the 90s yesterday. So 65, which is right around normal. Then when we extend that forecast out, Then we go 20% chance for rain on Wednesday. Then we've got a cool day for Thursday. And then we got the chance for rain on Friday, that 40% chance of rain. But then Saturday is going to be fantastic. It'll be a great day to go outside. Our next system moves in on Sunday and Monday with another chance for severe weather. So spring is here.
All right, thanks, Jordan. Looking forward to that. Nice weekend, huh?
All right, thanks, Jordan. The Thunder took a pretty tough loss last night, Colin.
Yeah, that's right, guys. The Warriors got the best of the Thunder yet again. Plus, OU women's basketball had a heartbreaking end to their season. Sports is straight ahead. Welcome back. Football is back in Oklahoma. OU football began spring practice today as they prepare for their fast approaching spring game. The major storyline of the spring will be quarterback Baker Mayfield after Mayfield's arrest in Fayetteville, Arkansas. There are questions about how Baker and the rest of the team will handle the negative publicity.
Yeah, very disappointed, that Baker put himself in that situation. As you know, it's still ongoing, so we won't determine anything until it's been complete at all. He'll go out and practice tomorrow. Anyway, his reaction, he's very hurt that he put himself in that position as well, and I'm sure it's hurt him, it's embarrassed him, but he can overcome it, and I'm sure he will, as he moves forward.
Meanwhile, women's basketball ended their season in Seattle after a loss to the Washington Huskies. After a back-and-forth first half, the Huskies eventually pulled away in the third quarter. The Sooners struggled to score inside after Vivi Pierre-Louis got into foul trouble all game long. Add that into the Huskies hitting 18 threes, and the Sooners just couldn't save their season.
You couldn't make this stuff up. The things that we've had to deal with throughout the year. It's just life, just a whole bunch of life all at once. And as a result of that, these kids have grown exponentially. I'm so proud of them for the way they just continued to put one foot in front of the other and move forward. It's supposed to prepare young people for dealing with life. You just don't expect quite so much of it to be thrown at you in the middle of one season. Our thing at Oklahoma is leave your story better than you found it. And to some people, I think that means winning one more game than you did the previous year. That's not what that means in Oklahoma. It's all about the fiber of who we are as a program, and I'm proud to say that these seniors have left their story better than they found it.
Sooner fans have to be thankful to have a head coach like Sherry Cole. In other Sooner sports news, OU baseball travels to Stillwater tonight to take on rival Oklahoma State. This will be the Sooners' first game against a Big 12 opponent, but this Bedlam matchup will not be considered a conference game. Regardless, the Sooners will be looking to solidify themselves as a threat in the Big 12. The Pokes lead this all-time series 154-138. However, the Sooners have won an NCAA leading 21 games. That's impressive. Last night, the Thunder and Warriors rekindled their rivalry, and as you can see, things got a little chippy yet again. Late in the second quarter, however, Klay Thompson gets the tipped ball and throws it all the way to Steph Curry, who then nails that buzzer beater and runs to the locker room just on time. The Thunder did not have similar luck, however, as they lost 111-95 and were officially swept in the regular season by the Warriors. Typically, you stop wrestling after you win, but Iowa senior Corey Clark decided to keep going. After winning the national title, Clark was embraced by Coach Terry Brand, who then told him to throw him. Clark did as he was told and threw his coach straight into the mat. I mean, that's one way to celebrate, but that's gotta hurt, right, guys?
I know. The first time we watched that, Colin, we didn't know that the coach said to go ahead and throw him, so we were surprised.
Yeah, what kind of coach asks that? I don't really know.
Thanks, Colin. Still to come on OU Nightly, the price was right for one spirited Oklahoma student. Stay with us.
I'm Cheyenne Plummer at the update desk with the latest on today's top stories. Emergency crews are making progress fighting a small but stubborn fire in eastern Oklahoma that destroyed at least 9 homes. This fire forced more than 100 people to evacuate. And a bill that seeks to ban abortions in instances of Down syndrome or genetic abnormality passed in the Oklahoma House with a vote of 67-16. That's it for now. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Cheyenne.
David Lamb, come on down.
Go. In the light of March Madness, The Price is Right is hosting a special College Rivals themed episode this coming Friday. Contestants from rival schools will have a chance to come on down in pairs and compete against one another. Student David Lamb will take the stage to represent OU alongside a University of Texas student. Other schools competing this year include the University of Michigan versus Michigan State, Army versus Navy, and Duke versus North Carolina. The special episode will air at 10 a.m.
Now that guy puts the boom in Boomer.
He does, Storme.
Alrighty. Alrighty, thank you for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by the Gaylord College of Journalism at the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.